Hi everyone, Nigel Saunders here. Today we have a special guest in the Bonsai Zone. Actually more than a special guest. We have a whole group of people here to meet our special guest, and our special guest it's Dave from Dave's Bonsai.
Hi everyone, this is Dave from Dave's Bonsai, and I'm in the Bonsai Zone. Hey, what's going on here? Hey everyone.
Or am I in Dave's Bonsai?
We need some special effects.
Or
that can be done in
Blue
post,
Jay
right?
Bonsai.
Blue Jay Bonsai. And the crew. Hi everyone.
Well, thanks everyone for coming, and it's great to see you again, Dave. It's been 2 years, right?
2 years.
2 years,
Yeah,
wow.
I'll be back in 2.
Okay, it's a deal.
Even years.
You're
like the
welcome.
Pacific Coast Bonsai exhibit. We'll do it every 2 years.
Exactly.
So 26, everyone. Mark your calendar. Hi everyone. Wake 'em. Wake 'em. There you go. Have you ever done a bloopers show?
Yes, I show bloopers at the end of some of my videos.
People
loved them.
I've been swearing for years now. After this is my 6th season, I think, and I gotta have a show. Right, I gotta save all the little marks of my bloopers and just have a blooper show. People would just go crazy.
I had one, I was trying to say one line, and it took me 6 times before I got the words right.
Yeah.
And it just got worse and worse.
Absolutely.
To the point where I couldn't talk anymore.
And and when you're saying your own show and your own name or something, and it's like, oh my gosh, how do you make a mistake 6 times in a row?
Speak English.
Speak. All right. This is Bonsai Acres. Okay, here we go. Okay, we'll try it again.
It's because you're talking and trying to think of what to say at the same time. And men can't do two things at once.
I've been told that. We can't multitask.
It's not a hobby that you can be really enthusiastic about for a couple of years. It's something you have to keep your enthusiasm up for your lifetime, basically.
It's kind of a lifelong endeavor here.
Yeah, it is.
For sure.
And I find personally that the level of enthusiasm goes up with each year that I get as the trees develop and mature. I get more and more enthusiastic. Yeah, because absolutely. I want to see them to the next level.
Right. Oh yeah.
I want to see that tree grow bark on the trunk.
Oh, I still get excited every time I see a new bud or something.
Yeah.
You know, and it's like, oh, it grew finally, or oh my gosh, this is in the right place.
Yeah. I did something right.
Something happened right.
Yeah. It's so it's a hobby. You know, it's a commitment if you want to do it long term, and and some people don't. Some people try it out and they find it's not for me. But there's a lot of people that like it. Yeah. That's for sure.
Well, I sure do, and I sure like that I've gained some, I hope, lifelong friends.
Yeah, I think so.
And I see you as one of them, and appreciate all your openness and welcomeness and knowledge. And I still watch you a lot, and I watch a lot of people again to get all those nuggets and take some things, don't take other things, see if it works in your microclimate, and just keep growing, keep learning. And so thanks for all you do, and thanks for letting me just sit here and talk bonsai.
Well, it was great having you down today, Dave.
Awesome. Appreciate it, everything you do. And hey, should we close this thing out?
Yeah.
How do I do that again?
You go, take care of you and take care of your bonsai.
And we will see you on the next one.
See you on the next one. It's getting towards the end of the day now. Dave from Dave's Bonsai is headed off. It sure was fun having everyone over today. I got a few gifts that people brought over, and I'll show you those. I never want anyone to bring me gifts, but I got some today. So from Tom of Grow and Clip Bonsai for Seniors, I got this really lightweight stone. It's really lightweight. It's really cool. Must be full of air. And Tom said the roots will actually grow into the pores of this rock. So it's really cool. Matt and Jen gave me this dwarf Hinoki cypress. And I joked with Matt. I said, well, this is probably my best tree now. It's a really nice one. Beautiful little tree. And then Dave left me a present too. He's got some Bonsai Acres. It says Dave's Bonsai Acres on them. And I think these other two do also. They have some branding on it. So that's a real treasure. Yeah, so thanks to everyone who came over. I really appreciated the company, and thanks for the gifts. After all the excitement of Dave visiting the Bonsai Zone, things have settled down once again. So today I'm going to be working on my abandoned VW Penjing. As you can see, the trees have grown quite a bit. The juniper out front is bushed out. The lemon cypress has grown, doubled in height, I would say. So today I'm going to prune it up and do some tidy up work on the Penjing. I haven't touched this Penjing. It's just been growing since September of last year. So it's been, well, it's getting close to a year now that I've worked on this Penjing. Here's a look at the planting now. So my original idea was to have it look like an abandoned Volkswagen that was parked, and then all the trees grew up around it. So all these trees, I want to grow them taller. This one is kind of grown too tall, so I'll have to shorten that one. I'm going to begin the pruning with the lemon cypress. And yeah, there's a lot of, all the branches on these cypress grow kind of upright. So I can prune them back to more kind of horizontal branches, so I get some space in between. So it's not just a massive foliage here, so I get some distinct branches on the planting. Now it already kind of divides from one trunk to, there's a branch off to the left, and then the main trunk divides into multi kind of trunks. So I may want to simplify that, kind of having a central trunk line with all my branches coming off of it. But I don't have to. It's I can also prune it so, you know, it has multiple trunks coming up. Yeah, it's the kind of tree that you can really style any way you want. But I think the important thing is to try and make it look, you know, like a natural tree. Not one that's being pruned, just one that looks like it's always grown that way. So I do want to prune the height down. I think it's getting too tall. I do want to grow the smaller trees taller. Eventually maybe, you know, to this height. Maybe even a little taller, but not too much taller than that. I want to keep it so it looks like it's in scale with the Volkswagen. So I'm just trying to decide, where do I start the pruning? And I think I'll start by cleaning out some of the, you know, new shoots that are coming off of the more woody branches. So this one's kind of growing to the inside here, so I'll clean that out. Kind of opening up the structure of the tree a bit more so I can see what's going on here, which isn't easy because it's a very dense canopy on this tree. Here's another one on the inside I can clean out. There's another one here growing on the inside. I can clean that one out. Like that. And they smell lemony, that's for sure. So I'm trying to see if there is like a strong central leader growing up here. I think this is probably the strongest leader right here. I've just got to make sure it's straight. I don't want it kind of any zigzag movement if I can avoid it. Because most, you know, if a tree's growing in the open, generally coniferous trees just grow straight up. They don't have any movement to them unless they've been hit by lightning or shaped by the wind. So here's some more crossing branches going to the inside I can clean out. Anything that helps me see the structure of the tree. And once I can see the structure of the tree, I think the pruning will be easier. So here's another branch that's growing up the middle here. That can be cleaned out. So I think on a branch like this, you can see there's a branch that kind of fans out a bit. And off of that I have a vertical section. I could take that right out. It doesn't really flow. It doesn't look tree-like. It kind of spoils the design. So this branch is coming right off. So here comes a big cut. So taking that whole part off. I can clean out this little branch here. And think pointing in towards the tree I can clean out. Like this one. Anything you can do that kind of thins it out so you can start to see the structure. So here's another one back here that's growing straight up. I'm going to clean that one right out. Like that. Taking that one out. It's still very difficult to see in here. There's another one I can clean out. This one can come off. Here's a branch that's growing vertically. I can take that one out. I don't want anything dead vertical. I want it fanning outwards. And then I'm going to take off this upright part here, reducing these side branches back in height. They're just too tall. Do the same here. And I may shorten everything back further as I continue to prune. And these lemon cypresses, they can be pruned back pretty hard. I've seen trees come back from some pretty severe pruning. Take the tip off that one. Take the tip off this one. Taking those tips off. So this, I'll show you a close-up of this kind of spreading branch structure. It's quite congested, and I'll have to thin it out by taking off some of these major branches. So I'll show you a close-up of it. So here's a look. You can see, you know, the main trunk comes up. There's a branch to the left here. Then there's kind of a parallel branch here, and I'm thinking of taking that one out. There's one out the back which I think can be used. One to the right here, but you can see these are opposite branches, and it's... So I took off the one branch here. I ran out of batteries on my camera, so I missed taking it off, but it came from here. So now I've rotated the tree around to the back here, and I'm looking at the branch structure. So it's looking pretty good. I don't think I need this vertical one. I'm going to remove it. So that one's coming off like that. And again, you know, it's kind of simplifying this structure. And then this tall one coming up here, I've got a good side branch here. So I'm going to take off the vertical section. Taking that off like that. Here, I've got another one that's kind of vertical, but I may be able to untangle it and get it more, spreading out a bit more, like that. Yeah, that's better. I'll reduce the height of it. I'm always picking a good new leader on the branch to grow it. This one I could reduce back to here. This one to here. This one maybe back to here. And this one to here. And that one back to there. This one's growing on the inside. I'll get rid of that. Okay, so my main trunk line, this is still the back of the tree. The main trunk line's out front. So these ones climbing up to the back here are kind of competing with the main trunk line. So I need to shorten them. And I'm just trying to decide where. I will at least go back to here, taking the top off. And I have a feeling they'll be shortened more as I start to see the form of the tree. This can be taken back. This one can be taken back. Okay, let's go back out front now. So I think I want to open up this main leader more so you can see more of the trunk. And yeah, the main trunk line comes up and it divides into two. One is quite vertical and the other one's on a bit of an angle, so I've got to pick which one to prune off. The vertical one would definitely make the tree shorter. So I think I will prune the one on the angle off. It's back in here, keeping sort of a central trunk line. So I've got to see where that starts, right here. So I'll take that off. That one is gone. We'll see how the tree's getting shorter. And then this one needs to be reduced back to here. And this one is very strong. There's a branch coming off of here. I think I've got to take this one right out. It's just too strong. So here I go, big cut coming up. Taking that out. So you can see it's starting to open up now. You're starting to see the structure. So this, so I have another division here of the main trunk line. And I've got to decide what I'm keeping. I think the one out back, it's taller and stronger. Tough decision. I mean, either could look good. Maybe I should go with the one coming out the front and get rid of this one, so I will. Okay, another big cut. Taking that vertical branch off. And then I think I have a branch coming forward. It's not the worst branch in the world. It's okay. This one needs to be reduced back, so I'm looking for a new leader, so I'll take it back to here. There's a strong vertical one here. I've already pruned it back once. I could prune it back to here. Taking that off. This one could be pruned back. So you can see I'm just kind of gradually working the tree down, working it back. Now this branch line, it comes up. I've got one coming forward here and one that's quite vertical here. It's a very strong one. I think I'm going to get rid of the strong part and keep this branch out front. So here I go, another big cut. Taking that out. Reduce this one back to here. Reduce this one back to here. There's a few on the inside here I can clean out. This one's on the inside, I'll take it out. This one's kind of crossing right in front of the, on top of the branch underneath it, so I'm taking it out also. So you can see I'm really thinning this down. I think, take this vertical part off here. This one can fan out the front. And I'm going to reduce this vertical one back. There, take the tip off here. This one can be reduced back. This one is growing on the inside. I'll take that out. Use this one back. Use this one back. And this one has to be taken back also. Here. Now, this one needs to be taken back. And again, you know, in the apex you can prune heavier because that's where all the vigor is. I think if you look at this branch here, it's very tall and quite strong, and I have a more spreading branch down lower, so I'm going to take the whole top off that. Like that. Yeah, these trees fill in quite quickly after pruning. Just taking some of the long branches back to help me have a look at the overall style. I think this branch has to go, it's too vertical. Tip can come off that one. This one could be taken back further. Well, it's been making a lot of progress, this tree. Okay, let's see now. I think this one branch kind of comes up and it competes with the main leader. I'm going to take it out. It's not the worst branch in the world, but I think it could be improved. I'm just taking a stub out there too. So you can see the central leader quite clearly. I'll just reduce it back. And this has to be reduced back also. So I'll take it right back to here. This one coming up needs to be reduced. Take some tips off. You know, the idea is to get the conical form to the tree. This one could be taken right back. This one could be taken back. And they say the lemon cypress, the one with the light foliage like this, is better for bonsai than the dark green ones. I think they're a little more heat resistant, is from what I've read. So I'm just, you know, pinching some of these tips back, kind of getting the tree a little more compact. Okay, how's it looking now? Okay. Well, it's such a warm, humid day here that the camera is reaching maximum temperature, so I'm going to have to let it cool down and resume filming. I'm stepping back now, having a look at the tree. It's still a little upright. I think I can take this branch back here. I could take this one back even further. This one I could take back further, maybe, yeah. This one could come back. This one could come back further. This one is, it's got one vertical one here I can take off. Bring this one back. And the tip off this one. just to get it a little more of a conical shape. There's one going on the inside here. I can remove. Yeah, there's one on the inside I can remove here. I'm going to take this one back. Take the vertical tip back here. Bring this one back shorter. This one can come back even further. I think that has a lot of the structure sorted out. There is two parallel branches here I could sort out. I'll take this one off, it's vertical. I think this one's okay. I'll take this tip back here. Yeah, I think that's got that tree sorted out fairly well now. I can allow it to fill in again. And once I get new shoots, I can prune it again. Keep refining the branch structure over the years. So next, I'm going to tackle all these smaller trees. The same thing, I want to try and get some structure going on them. Right now, they're just kind of bushy looking trees. These are cryptomerias. All 4 of these, and then there's the juniper over here I have to do. So that's what I'll start on next, is maybe this one out front, just kind of, you know, getting rid of some of these vertical branches, try and expose a bit of branch structure to them. So I'll work away on the other trees, just sort of cleaning them up, trying to get like a central leader, more of a coniferous style to them, so they look less like a bush and more like a miniature tree. So I'll work away at them, then we'll come back and have a look. Yeah, so you can see the trees are starting to get more of a tree-like form to them. I mean, they're not perfect, but this one's growing over top of the other tree. I'm going to take that back. Yeah, they're not perfect, but I think, you know, for their first steps forward, I think they've made a lot of progress. And I think the whole, you know, this whole planting, I hope, will get better and better into the future as it develops these trees better. Give it a more of a forest setting. Right now it looks like a very young forest, and you know, eventually I want them, the trees taller, looking like it's in the middle of more of a mature forest. Like the, you know, the car was parked here when the forest looked like this, and then it was abandoned and the trees grew up all around it. So that's the look I'm going for. But I think, you know, it's made a lot of progress today, getting it closer to that vision or that look. Yeah. So I'll give you some shots of it before we go today. So here is what I pruned off today. So you can see I pruned a lot. I really did. But I think, you know, that's the first step of getting these trees to look like trees. So now we'll fly in and have a look at the planting. I've got my VW Penjing all pruned up, and it looks quite sparse right now, but you'll find that it'll fill in. It'll look just right. It'll keep filling in, and then it'll look too full, so you have to prune it back again. So you're always in a cycle of pruning, growth, and eventually your trees just, they keep getting better and better. I'll show you an update. I've been working on the cube a little bit. Here is a look at the cube. So I installed all the parts I got from the scrapyard. So it's got the original grill in the car now. And around back, I installed the taillights with the word cube in the middle. So it's now legal. They're not tinted. Yeah, so that's, I was happy to get all that done. Outside today, it's been quite a warm day, and last night was warm and humid. The low was kind of room temperature, but very, very humid. So today is a bit drier, there's a bit of a wind, and I think it's going to cool down tonight a bit, so that'll be kind of nice. Now that the sunlight is a little less intense on the trees, I find they grow much better. In the midsummer, when the light is really strong and intense, it kind of scorches the trees a bit. It's a little too much. So yeah, I find this time of the year, you know, towards the end of August and September, you get some pretty good growth on the trees. Dave from Dave's Bonsai is safely back at home now after his 9-day tour of the United States and Canada, going to all kinds of bonsai museums and gardens and backyard tours. He's been really busy, so I think he'll have a lot of good content coming on his channel. So that's all for today. I'm Nigel Saunders. Thanks for joining me in the Bonsai Zone.